What's going on, everyone? It's Adam here from No Shelf Space, and today we are doing an unboxing of the prototype copy of Cities of Venus. Cities of Venus is going to be hitting Kickstarter in May, but we have a prototype copy of the game that I'm going to open for you right now, and just give you a little bit of an overview of what all the pieces are doing. So we're going to take this off, and we're going to remove it. Now, as a reminder, this is a prototype copy, so there are things that are in here that are going to change in the final version. There's also some changes that we already know about. I'll share those as we go. Here's the rulebook. It looks like there's a lot of text here, but it's actually a pretty basic and easy to understand game, and it's all done in five pages of rules. What I actually really like, though, is they have all this background information on could this actually happen? Could you settle Venus? And that is actually really, really cool to see that included in the box. But there we go. There's the rulebook. These are the player boards. Now, these ones here are... These are the prototype copy. They look probably a little warped. If I hold them up for you there, you can tell they're a little warped. That's just a pre-production issue. That will not be a problem in the final copy of the game. But they have all of these awesome little slots right here where you'll be sliding in upgrade cards. So you can see a whole bunch of slots there that will hold upgrade cards. It's actually a really neat and nifty system that I'm really excited to try out, but I'm really excited about this one. Very cool. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those included in the box. Now we get down into the meat and potatoes. Here we go. Right here we have the ISS stations. Now there is going to be one of these for each player, so there's 4 total. During the game, you're going to be putting VNOTs onto this ISS station, and every time you do get 8 on there, as that number shows, every time you get 8 on there, you're going to be able to get an upgrade card for your ship, and of course those upgrades are going to slot right here into these spaces, and they'll fill in this little hole there. So there you go. There's 4 of those cards. It's a big deck of cards here. I haven't opened them yet. Oops. I haven't opened these yet, but we're going to get around to it. But there are drop cards. There are upgrade cards. A whole bunch of stuff in there. So right there, it's a big deck of cards. Here we go. These are the VNOTs. These are the little characters you're going to be using when you play the game. And my copy includes 150, but let me see if I can get these to show up a little bit better. Mine has 150, but yours, if you back this, will have 200. That's already been told to us. So right there, these little VNOTs, and again, these are not final, but this here is already very, very impressive. Cool little wooden screen printed miniatures. I really like that. So I have 150. Again, the retail copy, or the copy you get through Kickstarter, will have 200. There are also 3 different color of gems. These gems are essentially a currency that you will use throughout the game, and they're just different denominations. So we have pink, white, and black gems. Along with the gems comes these 3 little plastic storage trays, and you'll put the different gems in each of these trays. These aren't like the greatest, but at the same time, do you really want them really thick and heavy? Because I don't. So these are going to be perfectly fine, and they've got a little bit of detail to them as well. I think they're called little volcanoes. Right here is an insert, and this is just going to hold all of your VNOTs for when you're playing the games. This will just sit on the table. Again, this is more for looks and for keeping everything organized as opposed to something necessary for the game. Right here are 4 dice. Each player is going to get a dice. These dice are for when you go on mining missions. Here you go. There's the dice. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a die. I got a 5. You might have something that makes this worth more than 5, and you'll get that many points worth of these gems to add to your colony and spend later. These are not screen printed. This is an etched die right there, so you know that's going to last a long time. And I don't know if you can tell, but also has little marbling in the die itself. Very, very cool. I think one of the coolest things about this, though, is that it doesn't matter what you back. You are getting this stitched neoprene mat, and it's very nicely done. It's all stitched all the way around. It's quite long in length. I'm just going to pan it for you. And holds everything besides, this that will sit to one side and these that will sit to one side. Everything else, besides your player boards, of course, will happen right here. There's discard piles way down here for stuff. Sorry, bumped the camera. It's discard piles down there. There's a spot up here for different cards. There's where the innovation cards are going to go. It's a really great system, and I'm really happy to see this included in every copy of the game. And then, in terms of an insert, there's not really one. There's just this piece of foam. However, once you kind of start putting things away, now I would put these back in the bag because there's going to be a gap between the top, and so these will spill all over the place. But once you put everything back into their bags, like so, this is actually a really awesome insert that holds everything beautifully into place. Now, these V-knots would normally go right here. And we can throw these gems there, of course, right? And then the neoprene mat will just roll up and slide right there. You take the player boards, set them on top. Again, this isn't gonna fit perfectly just because there's even a little notch right here. I don't think you can see it, but there's a little notch there so that these can lay right there. This goes on top. Rulebook. And just like that, your copy of Cities of Venus, sorry, I bumped the camera again. Copies of City of Venus is all packed up and ready to go. So there you go, guys. This was a unboxing of the prototype copy of Cities of Venus. Again, some of the things here are going to change. In fact, we were told by the developer that many of the things are going to change for the final version. But this should give you a little bit of an idea of what you to expect in the box. We've been told there's going to come with little mech minis. Everybody that backs is going to get 4 little mech minis. The minis are pretty cool. They're actually about, yay big, and they'll hold your die and your V-knot that you have to send out when you go on a mining mission. Does it change the game? No, but it's a cool little feature that you can put on the table. You can paint them to make them unique to you, and I think it's a really cool extra feature. But anyway, guys, there we go. Cities of Venus. Hope you enjoyed. You can check it out on Kickstarter in May.